Welcome to Almost Functional Gaming. We aim to help all followers of Russ and the Allfather to improve on the tabletop. List building, tournament recaps, unit reviews, weekly council of the Fang, and other tips to help us all go from almost functional to fully functional. Please like, share, and subscribe. Also, check out our merch store and Almost Functional score tracker on Amazon.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Almost Functional 40K. Here again with Aiden for our weekly Council of the Fang.
What is up? Hey, Brian, good to see you.
Yeah, thanks for coming in, Brian. Sorry to disappoint everybody, but it's just me and Aiden tonight. No superstars tonight.
Well, I mean, we've had the Space Wolf experts on the interviews, but now we get to listen to the real experts.
Oh, who's coming?
Oh,
and we will have some. We do have some more interviews and stuff in the works. We're gonna be trying to get out over the next few weeks.
Yeah, I'm actually really excited. We're starting to almost get backed up on interviews. We had such a plethora of high level players.
Yes.
Want to come on the show? I'm flattered.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, it's because they look so good next to us. Like, oh.
They want to learn what we have to say, actually. They're here for our content.
We make them sound smart.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. So, what do you got? Anything going on this week?
Just last prep for Nova coming up next weekend.
Ooh, big tournament, man. That's such a fun one.
Yep. It'd be nice to get up there, see all the people I know from Virginia, let alone a bunch of other people I know, like all the Art of War guys and stuff. A lot of them will be there. So,
yeah, that's a really high level competition.
Yes.
How are you feeling about what you're bringing?
Yep.
You're bringing.
I like the
Gladius,
Nova
right?
format. The Nova formats, because how they break you into the pods after like the first day or day and a half. So you're hopefully at that point playing against similar player skill. And so then you really can see kind of what you're made of. You shouldn't be dropping down into anybody below you or jumping up anybody way above you.
Right. It really incentivizes playing all of your games. So it's a very fun experience.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So
I'm just taking the Gladius list I've been working on. I might do something on the little in depth on that in the next day or so of the final list before Nova. But
when's the list submission?
It on the thing it just says before the event starts.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm like, I'll probably put it in. We have our Wednesday night 40K tomorrow night, and then I fly out Thursday, so I'll probably just submit it Wednesday night because once I pack it and load it on the plane, that's the list I'm taking. So it's like,
there you go. Yeah. The council. We are here. We have arrived.
Yes, we have.
That's a good one. So, whoa, hot take from Cameron already starting off the bat. Have not heard enough about Ulrik the Slayer leading head takers.
All right, well, let's talk about it. Let's say tonight's kind of a free night. We've done so much stuff with the interviews and stuff that anything you guys want to get into tonight, we can try to get into. I have one little thing, Aiden, I might get into if we have time, but nothing. We don't have any 100% set thing. So anything you guys want us to talk about, we can talk about.
Yeah, Ulrik is interesting with head takers.
Yeah.
Specifically in detachments that buff head takers all that much. Because Ulrik buffs head takers pretty well.
Yeah, I'll just run through his abilities real quick here. So he has a Feel No Pain 6+. At the start of the battle, select one of the following keywords to be the model's Slayer Oath, character, monster, or vehicle. The first time this model's unit destroys a unit with this model's Slayer Oath keyword, if your detachment rule has a saga until the end of the battle, models in your unit have received the benefit of that detachment rule as if that saga had been completed. So you can just, if you kill a monster character vehicle, you just gain the saga. On Beast Slayer, that's not that big because, again, it's good stuff.
You already have
it. But in Bold, you'd get the reroll. In Saga, you'd get the +1 or reroll ones. I don't know exactly.
Yeah, there's a bit of anti-synergy there.
Yeah.
Let me think about that for a second, because in Beast Slayer, you already have the saga, against all the targets that you monster character vehicle that you can declare as the Slayer saga.
Mhm.
In Hunter, it's pretty the saga is +1 hit and wound, so you're kind of overlapping with Ulrik's +1 hit and wound. And then the Bold saga, you already get 1 reroll, but you just don't get to reroll 3 activations. Do you know what I mean? Like you get
Yeah.
the pre-saga character saga, but then you get to reroll the wound and damage on top of that.
Yeah, and this doesn't have any like one big single attack, so it's not as good on this. Yeah, he gives them +1 to hit, and once they've completed, or if they're going against one of his oath targets, they get +1 to wound as well.
Right.
So basically, he gives you +1 to hit, and then you have to jump through. Make sure you're going into the right target to get the +1 to wound you normally get from a regular priest.
Yeah. That being said, +1 hit and wound is a hell of a buff.
Oh yes.
Yeah, I've thought about it in, like I said, in detachments that don't really buff the head takers, like Ironstorm, Stormlance. A lot of detachments that you don't have easy access to +1 to wound on head takers. I think Ulrik is actually like quite a good piece for head takers.
Yeah, that might be something worth trying to. The first part of his ability is kind of whatever, but the +1 to hit and +1 to wound into big stuff. And now if you're in Beast Slayer or something, say, and now you're getting lethal on top of that.
Yeah. Well, the +1 hit actually is kind of big because you have only 1 oath. So his unit is almost oath independent.
Oh, you just read what we said. What do you mean?
I think he's reading the rules as far as how Ulrik works.
Oh.
Yeah, I mean, he's still a very solid character.
Yeah. Yeah, he bumps up head takers a little bit. I know people have, and us included, been a little down on the head takers lately. So maybe that's something worth giving a try and see if it's not the sustained, but they still get the +1 wound that the priest would give them against, most of the stuff you'd want it against, and now you have +1 to hit.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, we've been down on head takers a little bit, but I think we're gonna have a guest on that does actually take head takers in his list to great success.
Yeah.
So we're excited to hear his thoughts. What about this question from Ian? Can you see GW letting us have access to generic marine characters to add to our Space Wolf units? Would be great to have some to put some in the Termies or trying Librarius Conclave.
As much as I want that, I don't see him doing it. They gave us all these weird restrictions for some reason, but then they didn't do the same thing with like Templars and stuff. Like we're like the only one who has all these weird keywords. Although Templars didn't get oath though, so they did get that problem.
Well, they got something equivalent, but also half their data sheets reroll hits natively. So it's like, why? What?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Unfortunately, as much as I wish this would happen, I don't see them doing this unless Base will have a pretty significant drop in win rate.
Oh yeah, I'd love to have a third Terminator unit with a +1 wound chaplain or a captain giving them free CP and reroll charges of just regular Wolfguard Terminators.
Yeah.
With the -1 to wound, like I'd run 3 squads. I might go 30 Terminators if they ever gave us that ability just to see how that worked.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, Cameron, +1 to hit does help with oath independence, and like +1 hit and wound is just amazing things. So, if you could choose one single generic character to lead any of our units, what would it be, and what unit would it lead?
Like I said, it'd be the toss-up between the captain or the chaplain and Terminator armor leading a head Wolfguard Terminator squad, so I could run 3.
I would love a librarian to join Blood Claws. And that way you can have 60 Blood Claws for like 600 points that are all 4-up invulns.
Yeah, but going the other way, Njal with Sternguard.
Oh, Njal with Sternguard. Oh my god. Wow. Ugh. Don't even get me started.
Yes.
If Njal had dev wounds too. Njal needs dev wounds. He's like the only psyker that doesn't have dev wounds on his gun.
Yeah, but getting assault and then flat advancing 6 with all
With
the dev
reroll
wounds.
wounds on y'all's gun, yeah.
Yep, given the reroll the wound into the oath target with the stern guard. That could be pretty
Oh,
nice.
here's actually something that's interesting. Cameron's saying a Judiciar to lead head takers. That would be amazing.
Yep.
One thing that I think we're missing as a whole book: fights first, fight on death. We have Arjac for a 4-up, but like there's no fights first in our book. There's
Yep.
no fight on death. It's just kind of like you feel like the detachment army that is known for just brutal fights,
Yep.
getting in people's faces, like would have at least one fights first.
You know what would be awesome? Chaplain on bike leading Thunderwolves.
Chaplain on bike leading Thunderwolves, because he gives them +1 a wound, and he gives them, yeah, I mean, +1 wound would be great. He gives dev wounds to their bolt pistols, which would be kind of funny.
No, because they're taking the storm shield.
There you go.
But he slaps pretty good, and then so he would benefit from the. No, he would. Would it just be the riders? The dog? I don't know if he'd get the +1 damage on his attack.
I think it specifically mentions from the Thunderwolf data sheet that only the weapons, the heirloom weapons.
Yeah, I couldn't remember if it said the mounts don't get it or that the other guys only get it. I couldn't remember the exact wording on it, but yeah, that's probably about right.
I remember, I think it was in like 8th edition that Space Wolves had an army rule that was just like, was it like fights first everywhere or heroic everywhere? I can't remember what it was. Yeah.
It's basically the Champions of Fenris detachment.
Yeah. Okay. That makes sense. But I remember, I think Wulfen fought on death automatically, and that was when you could fight on death after you've already fought. So you'd charge Wulfen in and kill something and pile into something else and then fight on death.
Oh, yeah. And they were like strength 10 hammers, 4-ups invul, like I think I had like a 5-up feel no pain, advance and charge. No, Wulfen were the 8th, I think, yeah, the 8th edition index, I believe it was.
Right.
Was the most success I have had with Space Wolves, but it was during, it was like right as COVID was hitting and everything, so we never got to take it to any real big events. Like I was wrecking some local RTTs, the little stuff we were able to do, because Florida didn't lock down as much as everywhere else did. But I was itching to take that to a big event.
Yeah, man. Those were the days. I fought against Wolves, and it was a painful match.
Yes.
Back in the day.
Yep. And Ragnar had, what was it, Saga the Wild or something like that. So he got like sustained on like 4s or something when he charged.
Oh yeah, I remember that. Oh my god.
Ragnar was a blender.
Yeah. So I'm glad they took away crit 4s. Yeah. Crit 5s are crazy enough.
And I think that's when characters couldn't join units. They just had to like get low up by being near him. So like he'd be running around with a bunch of Wulfen just surrounding him. Like,
yeah. 8th edition Wulfen.
Yeah.
Man. Do you like the changes to Wulfen?
No. Well, I like the changes from the index to now. I like them a little better. But compared to what they were back in the day, what they've done to them over the last few editions is just kind of sad.
Yeah. They're more like, I don't know. They used to be so scary back then, like strength 10 hammers. Now they're strength 5. They do serve a role, and they're still good. But I'm like trying to find.
They're okay.
Yeah.
They can find a role in the right detachment against the right opponent.
Mm-hmm. I was rolling out some Axe Wulfen and just actually being impressed by how much damage they put out for 170 points. They do work, but they're so fragile, man. They are so fragile.
Yeah, I agree, Mike. Yeah, if they had 3 attacks on the hammer guys and was it before on the other guys, I think I'd be a lot more on board with them at the same point cost.
Yeah. It's kind of swingy.
Yeah, because the 2-man, when I was running them in Champions of Fenris, if they would go into the oath target with sustain from the strat I could give them in Champions of Fenris, they wrecked stuff. But as soon as I switched over to Gladius and they didn't have the sustained, and then God forbid I have the oath somewhere else, they don't do much.
Right. Yeah. The Desperate Escape on the Wulfen, the Axe Wulfen, is kind of good. Unfortunately, because of just how flimsy they are, you could just charge them and kill them,
Yep.
which is actually why I do like them in Gladius, because them fighting on death is scary.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's one of the fallback and charge, and then the fight on death are the two main things I like about Gladius.
Yeah. I'm so jealous of the fight on death. I wish that was in one of our detachments.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you'd think we would have something like that. Like, we don't have an advance and charge detachment. We don't have, anything to fight on death. We don't like. There's a lot of stuff you think we would have as a combat army that we don't.
Yeah. But I think as we've been talking to these experts and as we've been playing and finding out, our strength is in our durability and speed.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, well, we've kind of I've come to realize that. I think you have too. Just running my Terminators, the one thing that gives people problems and they complain about every game is how hard they go to or to kill. Like, I'm always surprised how much they tank, how long they stick around.
Right.
But yeah, it's always like, all right, it's going to take me 3 rounds to kill this thing. I wish I could kill it.
Yeah. Faster. The Terminators. I hope we didn't lose you, Matt, but
No, I'm here. Yeah, I don't know what that was.
All good. Actually, speaking of the Terminators, I'm thinking of including 2x5 in my Iron Storm because they're just so tanky. They're incredible in standing in front of tanks and
Absolutely.
just absorbing things. I mean, you don't have fallback and charge, but Arjac just wants to stay in combat with everything. So
yeah, unless for some reason you hit something that's not a monster vehicle and doesn't have a character that has a really good invul and is hard to kill, then he's kind of like, oh, I don't get any of my stuff. But those type of things are few and far between.
Yeah, absolutely. So
honestly, the worst thing for him to fight would be Thunderwolves.
3 damage, strength 8, no rerolls.
Yep, no rerolls, no anti,
war.
no nothing. Yep.
3 damage going to 4 wounds. Thunderwolves are just hard to kill for most units. What do you think about another Grotmus?
Yeah, well, they're gonna keep releasing new detachments with the data slate updates. They said, like we got the Salamander one. Like I don't think we're getting one this time because we just got a book, so they're not doing everybody, but they're gonna release a couple every time. So we may get one before Christmas. That'd be cool. And we'll see if around Grotmus they do a whole new thing for everybody, and if that like replaces the old ones, like old Grotmus gone, new Grotmus in, or if they're just going to keep stacking these detachments. Because then it's going to, knowing 11th is coming in June, it might be getting unwieldy, and then they'll kind of clear a lot of that up.
Yeah, it's kind of toward the end of the edition where they're starting to cram as much stuff in, and the game's getting a little chaotic. We've had like 3 or 4 codices drop in the last month, and we don't really know what the impact of those, like Black Templars, Grey Knights, Votan. Yeah, but I can see Grotmus was really fun.
Oh, yeah.
We were the last one and almost the worst one.
Well,
I mean, you're making it work.
With the index it was. With the book, it's not the worst one. There's some worse ones out there. Some people got just some dreadful awful ones.
Yeah. The Terminators got a glow up, man. I was not high on the Terminators when we first did the detachment rankings, the unit rankings.
Yeah.
But man, am I impressed every time.
Oh, well, since you brought it up, do you want to revisit our rankings?
I would love to see what we ranked where and
all
how, like after hundreds of games and talking to experts and tournaments, how, like where do our rankings hold up?
All right, cool. Well, I'm gonna bring this up. So here's what we got. Let me make this bigger. All right, so we got in D tier the Wulfen Dreadnought and the Venerable Dreadnought. I don't know that either of us has really played those, but I haven't seen too many other. I don't know that really changes much.
No.
C tier, Blood Claws, Grey Hunters, Njal, and Murderfang.
I think we got one wrong here. Blood Claws, I don't think belong in C tier. I think they're actually higher.
Yeah. B, I don't think we push them up to A yet.
No, I think they're solidly B tier. They need to go with Ragnar. But once they go with Ragnar, they become quite solid for the points. Reroll wounds is a hell of a buff.
Yeah. Fenrisian Wolves, I like them in B tier. They're very useful.
Yeah, B tier is a solid place for them. I put them on the table a couple times, been happy with them.
Yeah. Hunting Wolves, okay. I wish you could take them apart from the head takers, but basically do a very similar thing to the Fenrisian Wolves, just without the built-in reactive.
Right, and they're cheaper.
Yeah, if you have a 3-man head taker, they're cheaper. If you're running a 6-man, they're 10 points more.
Right.
Just depends on what you have in your list to access them. Claw Wulfen, or non-Axe Wulfen, whatever you want to call them.
Well, I think I'm actually okay with leaving them B tier.
Yeah.
They're still very solid all-around data sheets. They do good damage into everything that's not T10. In B Slayer or anywhere you can get +1 to wound, they still do amazing damage.
Yeah.
They're compared to everything else's durability, they're like paper, man.
Yeah. What about Ulrik? Maybe if we actually play with some head takers, we'll change our mind on that. But for now, head takers are actually kind of a little down from where we thought they were. So
Right. Yeah.
I don't see much reason to change him.
I think he's lower B, top of C. I mean, just because he has a lot of anti-synergy.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
So let's drop him down here to C. Put him ahead of Grey Hunters if they want to move.
If he gave his buffs in shooting, +1 hit and wound in shooting, him and Grey Hunters would be a real threat.
Yep. All right. Then we got the Wolf Priest. So some of these characters we pushed up because we thought head takers were really, really good, and them leading head takers was a really big thing.
Yeah, man. I think head takers damage is good, but their durability really falls short compared to everything else we have.
And the fact that they're the same points as the Terminators makes them a loser there.
Yeah, totally. I think the Wolf Priest and the Wolfguard Battalion are still amazing leaders, but I think they're a little held back by what they can lead.
I agree with that. So do we leave him A or do we bump him down?
I think I think he's like middle of A, honestly.
All right, so we'll move him down some, although some of this other stuff may be moving.
Right.
Terminators. I think they go up.
I think they go up too. They're an amazing data sheet.
Yeah. Field Wulfen.
You know, I think not they. I have never really been super impressed. I've been impressed with him in individual games.
Yes.
If I play a tournament with Shield Wulfen, I would say like half of my games, I'm like these Wulfen didn't do nearly anything.
Yeah, that's the thing. I think they can do stuff, but not always. So that unreliability can't be an A tier.
Yeah, I think top of B tier. They're still really great for what they do, and yeah.
I like Fenrisians better than them. They have a set role.
Right.
Obviously, they'd lose a fight to them every day, but 100 points versus 40 points.
Yeah.
Head takers.
Ooh, man, it hurts, but I don't think they belong in A tier. I think they're a solid unit. You can still take them, make them work well. They have some pretty major flaws.
Ragnar. I think we're seeing some play from people now with Ragnar and the Blood Claws. So I think maybe he stays here. We could possibly drop him the top of B. But I think him with the Blood Claws, I think can end up being a really good combo, especially in B Slayer.
I think Ragnar makes the Blood Claws work. He's an amazing character, giving like 10 attacks, AP3, reroll wounds, 2 damage. Like he is an incredible character. I think he is solid, if not top of A tier. Yeah. Maybe bottom of S tier. Who knows?
All right, put him there. Arjac. I think he goes up.
He goes up, man. Yeah. Well, what was our take when we initially put Arjac down here? I think we just didn't have a lot of reps with him.
I think you wanted him here, and I wanted him here, and we kind of compromised. I really liked the fight on death, but neither of us realized how good the Terminators were going to be, so that just not only elevates them, but elevates him and Logan.
Yeah, absolutely. I think because we underrated the Terminators, Arjac got underrated. And when you look at his data sheet, you're like, oh, that's good, but it's very unassuming until you actually like see how durable the Terminators are. And then Arjac swinging for like 3 turns straight, and you're like, oh my god, now his data sheet's amazing.
Yeah. And if Wulfen were like strength 10 like they used to be, or our Terminators hit better, he's one of our only reliable, consistent damage into big stuff, which I think,
man,
because of our lack of that other places, kind of forces him up in our book as well.
Yeah. You know what I wish, talking about characters that we wish existed? Wolf Priest Terminator. Can you imagine putting that Wolf Priest in a Terminator unit? Plus 1 wound and heal a unit? That would be incredible.
Oh, that would be beautiful. All right, so going up here, we got Logan. Still love Logan. I love the Vect. I love his ability. I might almost move him down behind Bjorn, the Terminators, and Arjac.
I think he is still an auto include for me. He's still an incredible unit, but he's S tier. I don't think he's top of S tier.
No. Then we got Bjorn. You know my takes on him, but I'd be fine with moving him below the Terminators and possibly Arjac on S tier.
Yeah, I think he is still S tier. He's an incredible data sheet. I think he's below the Terminators. I really do.
Yeah, because he helps unlock the strats, but the unit that needs to do the strats is here.
Yeah. Yeah.
This guy.
Oh, man. It hurts.
Does he go down to here?
I think he doesn't. He's not even an A tier anymore. Like, I don't even think in half of the detachments, you don't even take him.
Yep.
I think he's middle B tier. He's amazing in Ironstorm. He's like incredible.
Yeah. If you bring a Lancer or a Rep X, you can bring him. He helps there. But if you don't bring either of those, you don't bring him. And you could just bring one of those and just save the 60 point and just go off their natural shot. So he's not an auto include. I'm running 1 right now because I like that 3-shot Lancer. It just scares the crap out of people. But
they do get really consistent when you have 3 shots. You're likely putting 2 wounds on the opponent.
Yes. Then we got the Wolfguard Battle Leader. I think he comes down here and joins his friend now that the unit that we really had them leading goes down.
Yeah, if he could join other units, he would be pretty amazing. You know, giving reroll 1 sustained and fight on death with that many attacks for that cheap. I think he's incredible as a leader, but unfortunately,
Head Takers came down. Grey Hunters aren't that good. And I don't think you're running multiple Blood Claws at this point. If you're running 1, you're taking Ragnar, I think, is the way to go. So
yeah, I mean, he is incredible in Shield Wulfen. Same with Wolf Priest when you can join him with Mark of the Wolf.
Oh, yeah, and Beast Slayer, yep,
is amazing. He's incredible.
Yeah. So that was one caveat I would say is if you're in Beast Slayer and you combine these with these, maybe this whole combo comes up here at that point, just for that one detachment when you add it all together. But
and then finally, our boys, our pups, they're off the list.
No, I think they stay S further for what they do for their points. They're one of the best Space Marine skirmish units in the game. They're fast, they're durable. They put out 21 attacks. They pop up to damage 3, which scares a lot of stuff on the charge.
Right.
At neg 2 instead of the old neg 1 they were stuck with.
Yeah.
I mean, they don't win. Like, if they fought the Terminators would kill them before they killed the Terminators, but they give you that speed, and then being mounted, a lot of people get anti-infantry, anti-vehicle.
Yep.
I don't know of any anti-mounted, so...
There's only one rule that I've encountered in all of my hundreds of games of 10th. There is the Warwalker from Eldar that gets to choose at the beginning of the game to reroll 1s to hit against. And you can choose between character, infantry, vehicle, and mounted. I think that is literally the only anti-mounted tech.
Yeah, but if you're running some Terminators and then a couple Thunderwolf squads, probably picking infantry, so your Thunderwolves really don't have to worry about that.
You think Thunderwolves are bottom of S, or you think they're middle? I think they're definitely S tier. You know.
Yes. Yeah, I don't think they're above this or this.
Nope.
Would you put them above Logan?
No, I think they're actually fine where they're at.
Yeah.
I think this is actually a solid list.
Yeah, because I think I don't think I've built a single Space Wolf unit list or without that missed any of this. Maybe
My
a
answer-
couple
yep.
play around without Bjorn, but coming now, like I think I take him in most lists now.
Yeah, I realize that there aren't very many Space Marines that have CP. That don't. There are a lot of Space Marines that don't interact with CP unless you're Ultramarines or
Dark Angels.
Dark Angels.
Yep.
But we have both a Vect and a CP farm, so we do.
I don't know anybody that does that. Yeah.
Yeah.
No. Yeah, can't think of anybody that does both.
Yeah.
That's why I like if we had a captain to add to Terminators, so now we can do a free CP on top of gaining a CP and vecting people CP. That would just be
quite amazing, man.
Yeah.
I've been looking for use cases for captains. I've not really found them because I want that extra CP here and there, but we can't join any units, so is what it is.
Cody's saying he thinks the Wolf Priest and Bloodclaw swap positions.
I mean, I think Bloodclaws and Ragnar are pretty great.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess, Ragnar with them would drag the whole combo up a little bit, but this is just kind of ranking them on their own.
Yeah, if you attach a Wolf Priest or a Wolfguard Battle Leader to Bloodclaws, they're solidly B tier. Like, you can still do well with them.
Yeah, so either of these with them, they stay B or B. You put Ragnar with them, depending on your detachment, they could slide up to A.
Yeah. And I think, honestly, if we get points corrected on Grey Hunters, that could change quite a bit.
Like, if Grey Hunters went down to like 160, or if they just like, hey, you can take 5-mans.
Oh man, if you can take 5-mans,
they'd go B or possibly A. If we could get 5-mans and they maybe got a little bit of points, I'd put them in A.
Because you imagine 5-mans with like a Wolfguard Battle Leader, so you get sustained reroll ones, reroll 4 rerolls to wound, then you can maybe lance them, and then you can shoot that many shots. You have like 16 OC popping out of an impulsor. Man, I really wish they thought before they did 10-mans.
Yep, because even without characters, I'd just take a bunch of cheap OC3 units, just spam at people.
There's no way you can contest unless you completely murder, all of the Grey Hunters.
Oh yeah, because I was playing. A friend of mine runs Crusher Stampede, and those stupid 10 OC Norns or 15 OC Norns. I just walk 5 Grey Hunters up. I'm like, cool, we're contesting.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I think this is pretty solid. Like, we have a lot of decent data sheets. We have a lot of amazing characters. Like, how many of the top data sheets, top 2 are characters? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 characters on top.
Well, all of A tier, and then what? 60% of S tier.
Yep.
So 6 of our top 8 are characters.
And if the Iron Priest was still alive, he'd be up there too, man. Oh,
yes.
Iron Priest.
Yeah, and 2 of the characters join the unit that's us. So that's why I think this is the core of what works for Space Wolves. Terminator squads, Logan, Arjac, Bjorn, and Thunderwolves, and then some Frisian Wolves maybe, but then you sprinkle in like scouts and intercessors or infiltrators.
Shooting,
mission play, some shooting play. Yeah, so it's like this is basically what we take. A lot of the rest of this kind of gets left out a lot. Like, you'll see people in certain lists like throw in the Bloodclaws and Ragnar, or throw in the
head takers with a Wolfguard Battle Leader, Wolf Priest. It all depends. But the core of the list is really S tier with a splash of A.
Yeah. And I think some of this, these are like right in here, I think could be S tier, not just in our book, but like just in general in the game.
Yeah, they're so durable, man. I was doing some math. They they're the most durable thing we have in our book. And our book is already very durable.
Yep.
So it's like another tier of durability.
Yeah, I think these might be A tier in terms of like the whole game, but I think this is S tier.
Yeah, man. Ugh. I mean, the fact that you can't even precision Arjac out because he's got the -1 to wound, and then even if you kill him, you can fight on death and kill the character back that precisioned him. Like, that's he's
I've told that story before, but I had that happen against a Broodlord turn 1, and the guy I was playing and I both scored assassinate turn 1.
That is so funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, compared to when we first ranked, there were a couple things that were off.
Like Iron Priest, that ranking was before his nerf, so that's just GW changing him. The Terminators, I think, were the only thing we were really didn't quite really realize how good that was going to be.
Mm-hmm.
Everything else just shifted slightly.
Yeah. Like Head Taker shifted slightly down. The Terminators went way up. Iron Priest went way down because the nerf. Blood Claws went up. Like we were mostly spot on.
Arjac went up. Logan, Thunderwolves, Bjorn all stayed S tier.
Mm-hmm.
Like, so we're a little off on a few things, but not bad. Not as bad as some people I saw talking about it.
Yeah. So, remind me again what your Gladius list is you're taking to Nova.
All right, so it's Canis Rex. It's 1 squad of Enragement Wolves, a 10-man Terminator, and a 5-man Terminator. Arjac and Logan, and I actually swap which one leads which unit depending on matchups. Like in against like Knights and big stuff like that, Arjac goes with the 10 to keep him up and running.
Yep.
And like a melee matchup, say like World Eaters, and anything that's like Marine type bodies where actually our axes and stuff are pretty solid into them, our strength 5. I'll put Logan with the 10-man. So say for some reason you charged both. If you swing on Logan's unit first, if I have the CP, because a lot of times in those matchups, I can get up to 5 or 6 CP by turn 2 if I'm frugal with it. So I could potentially fight on death with Logan's unit and then interrupt with Arjac's.
Arjac is scary when he interrupts, especially into characters.
Yep. Or if they go the other way, they swing on Arjac's units first. I could either just rely on his 4-up or do the same thing. Pop the fight on death there full and then interrupt with Logan's unit.
How do you like Canis in the whole list?
I like him for 415 points. He's just gives us some strength 14, reliable shooting, hitting on 2s, critting on 5s, flat 4 damage. And then if there's something really big, going in at strength 29 damage, he helps with the punch-up problem that Wolves have right now.
It is absolutely insane. What in the world is that profile?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he's still quite strong. I think now with the Iron Priest nerf, he's a viable shooting, and he does a really good melee.
Yeah.
But
when I played Blood Angels the other week, like everybody knows his big attack. Oh, strength 5 attack, strength 20, neg 3 or whatever, flat 9. But his little attack is 10 attacks, still hits on 2, sustained on 5s, strength 10, neg 2, 3 damage, which the Sanguinary Guard did not care for.
Wow, that is brutal.
Because other than us, there's not a lot of 4 damage out there.
Right.
Like, Assault Terminators can get there. I think Death Shroud get there, but like, there's not a lot of. There's a lot of 3 damage out there, but or 3 wound, but not a lot of 4.
Yeah.
So him being able to sweep with 10 attacks, which is going to average like 12 hits, and the strength 10 is wounding most of the stuff on 2s. Like he'll just pick up
on 5s. Oof.
Yeah.
Still a hard data sheet to deal with. He has a reroll. He has a reroll built in, or a free strat built in, right?
He has a free strat every turn, not battle round.
What do you use that on?
Sometimes it's a free tank shock. If he's just shooting, I'll reroll his number of shots if nothing else is going on. And if you roll good on his number of shots, you just reroll 1 hit or wound just because you get it back at the start of the next turn.
Right.
Heroic.
He can heroic?
He can use any of the core rulebook strats.
Wow.
And he's a walker. Only vehicles that can do it are walkers. He can't overwatch because he's Titanic, because that would be amazing.
That would be amazing.
Yeah, and I can't use any night strats because I'm not knights. But yeah, reroll either charge or number of shots, heroic or tank shock. Like those are the 3 that he normally.
That is very solid. Yeah.
Yep. And then we also got scouts, squad of infiltrators, Iron Priest with a lancer, 2 3-man Thunderwolf squads, combi lieutenant, and I think that might be it. Oh, Bjorn.
How do you like the Iron Priest with the lancer?
I'm really liking it.
Okay.
Just 3 shots, rerolling 1 hit, rerolling 1 wound. It doesn't always happen, but statistically, 3 shots hitting on 3s, you miss once, reroll. You should hit 3 times most of the time. At strength 14, most stuff you're wounding on 2s or 3s. Reroll your 1 not. Like, it's not unheard of to get 3 neg4 damage onto something. Or
Yeah.
neg4 saves.
Yep.
And even if they have a 4 pinball, they're hopefully failing 1, and now they're on average taking like 8 damage.
It's quite a bit.
Yep.
Yeah, I really am impressed with the Iron Priest with the Repex as well. Same reason.
Yeah, I did one of my last games. I was fighting against Blood Angels, and I shot at a Lancer, and I used DevDoc because a lot of times I won't use Doctrines early, but I use it this turn because he had a Repulsor Executioner sticking out. I put it in DevDoc. I just popped DevDoc for the army because Candace can't get it, and it's my only shooting unit, so I just wasted it right there. And then I put the Strat on him to ignore cover and get +1 AP. So at neg5, he just picked up the Repulsor Executioner turn 1.
No kidding. That is terrifying. That is terrifying for any opponent. You put 3 wounds through, you have no saves, and then you're like, guess what? Take 20 damage.
Yeah, it's basically the minimum damage is 12. It's D6 plus 3. So even if I roll 3 1s, if all 3 go through, you're taking 12 damage.
Right.
And you get to reroll 1 damage. So I think I only got 2 through, but I did 16 damage.
That is scary, man. That'll put any tank in. That'll shake any tank. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
AP5 ignoring cover with 3 shots. He's reroll a wound, rolling hits.
Yeah. I think statistically, if I can get it into a knight and they fail all 3 saves, it does like 22 damage to a knight.
Wow. Man, but let me tell you, there is a drug and there's nothing like it. Lethal sustained 5s on a Rep-X with 3 shots, rerolling a wound, and good God, that thing does the Lord's work. In Ironstorm, oh man. I told this on my tournament breakdown, but I shot at a Wraith unit, a Necron Wraith unit, which is T6, 4 wounds, 3 up, 4 up, 5 up, feel no pain. You have a couple extra models in there. And I picked up the whole squad and got the character down to a wound. And I was just like, holy. I mean, obviously I rolled a little hot. My opponent rolled a little bit. Like, still, though, I love those 3 shots with a reroll.
Yep. I played against someone, pre-nerf Iron Priest, with double Predator Annihilators. And he stuck a Wraith squad out, and the 2 Predators picked up everything but the Technomancer.
They are so deceptive. Those little Predators with the pre-nerf Iron Priest.
Oh, did we lose you?
No, I'm still here. Can you hear me? Dang. Maybe I'm going out. Maybe Matt's going out. But
yeah, I don't know why it keeps doing that. I'm hardwired in. I'm not even on Wi-Fi.
It's all good. We're back now.
Yeah.
But pre-nerf pre-nerf Predators were crazy. I remember shooting at a Land Raider. I did not have Oath. He was in cover, and I did 15 wounds to a Land Raider, and I rolled poorly on the damage.
Yeah.
So,
that reroll damage is really useful. That's like, because it's on every shot, which I like it on the Lancer, you get to roll 1, but on the Predators,
yeah.
Like, rerolling damage on 8 shots, like, not much.
I mean, it makes me think, like, do we still even take Predator Annihilators? They're still really good.
You can for 135 points. I don't hate it. Like, I don't think you bring the Iron Priest with it, because getting 1 extra shot, going from 3 shots to 4,
no,
I don't think it's
not
worth
worth
60.
It.
On the Lancer, going from 2 to 3, I think it might be worth it, but yeah, because that's what, 170 points or 270 points for
2 of them
combo for 2 Predators.
Yeah.
Whereas it's 220 points. So you just come up with 50 points. I could drop the Lancer and whatever it's called, Iron Priest.
Yeah. Well, also the thing is, we used to run, I think the standard package was 2 Predators, 2 Iron Priests, but you could probably just drop the 2 Iron Priests for a 3rd Predator and still be like, you lose a little bit of efficiency, but I think you gain a little more durability because you have 3 heals instead of 2. Yes, you can heal them with the Iron Priest, but sometimes your opponent just one-shots them and it doesn't really matter.
Yeah. Yeah, and then Iron Priest doing little actions and stuff was nice, but...
Yeah.
But no, yeah, I like it. Like, I'll sometimes just have him sit back buffing the Gladiator in, turning OC on for the Fenrisian Wolves.
Yeah, he's really solid. I mean, even his shooting and melee is also just a bunch of extra 3 damage is very good.
Yeah, because I played a game where they didn't have indirect, they didn't have anything in reserve or de-expect coming, so I deployed my infiltrators up to actually play the game,
Right.
and I just left the Fenrisians home with the Iron Priest tethered to them, because the Lancer doesn't really go super aggressive really early in the game anyway. It just kind of pops out and finds shooting lanes within 3 of the Iron Priests. So
Yeah, it's a shame they tweaked it, but I understand. Our win rate's like 52% right now with the nerfed Iron Priest.
yes, oh yeah, no, it needed to be done. I just wanted 1 or 2 events before they did it to us.
Yes, 1 or 2 golden tickets before they nerfed it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it was in every list we built, at least 2, and we said it every time, like, this is stupid, this is broken, they're gonna nerf points.
Yeah.
Like, we knew it was coming, like, it was dumb.
Yeah. We literally
It was
shot.
fun.
Yeah, it was fun. We just shot harder than every other Marines. We shot really hard. We hit there pretty decently hard in melee. We were super durable. We were cheap. Yeah.
Well, that was the problem I had with Death Guard, is they're really hard to kill and they're slow. But then, like, with all the hammer and tammer, now they're doing a lot of damage.
Mm-hmm.
Our whole thing is we're really hard to kill. We're not quite as slow, but we don't punch up well. Here's 8-shot predators. Now we punch up well. Now our
Really
the one problem we have to general around is gone.
Yeah.
So I do like that there's a flaw in the list we have to work around.
Right.
But they just need to make sure everybody else has those too, as opposed to, like, that was the problem with Iron Priests, not Iron Priests, Death Guard, is they didn't really have one there for a minute.
Mm-hmm.
Knights, they're hard to kill, but once a couple start falling, they have a unit problem. So they have a problem that if you're able to take advantage of, it's hard for them to play around. Whereas Death Guard just didn't have that. They had too many units. They were too durable for how hard they hit. The 6-inch deep strike and the indirect being really good got around their slowness problem. So they just need to take Death Guard down to having a weakness that they have to work around.
Yeah, exactly. And they got changed, and I'm happy they did.
Oh, yeah.
They really needed it. Makes me curious what's going to change in the data slate coming out in like 2 or 3 weeks.
Yeah, I hope they don't touch Terminators.
Man, we just came out. We have a very balanced win rate.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see any reason for them to nerf us at all.
Yeah. There should be no reason to touch Spatials.
We've won one event,
We've
which
won
congrats
one event
to, yeah.
with double Land Raider.
Wild.
Yeah, so it's like, what even is that? Like,
I really want to know what went on in those games, because this list is either insane or it's just a crazy list.
Yep. Yeah, maybe just people just weren't ready for it.
Mm-hmm. They're like, Knights got nerfed. Let's take all the anti-tank out of our list.
Yeah. Well, anybody who expected Knights to just disappear, like, I don't think Death Guard, Knights, or Chaos Knights got hit hard enough for them to just go away.
Death Guard is still kicking. You can still take a mean Death Guard list. I mean, what do you lose, like 1 or 2 small tanks, and you still have your meat and potatoes.
Yeah, and it's Knights, like, big Knights lose, like, 1 Knight goes down to like an Armiger. I think like the Chaos list lose like 1 Armiger. So it's like, yeah, they lost a little bit, which hopefully helps, but people who are doing well with them I don't think we're just going to drop them. They were going to bring it out and see, does it still function or is it broke? Like, I don't think they would just drop it completely off those nerfs.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
So I think you have at least a couple weeks before they would disappear, but I don't think it was enough to make them disappear.
Yeah. We've heard rumors that Wolves are going to get a little slight nerf, but I really would be disappointed. It just wouldn't make a lot of sense to me.
Yeah. Well, there was a lot of rumors going around. Some of them are close to what happened. Some of them are way off. So, like, until I see stuff, I don't actually.
Yeah. Greg's got a good point. He's 4-1. So clearly they're too good because Greg sucks.
Well, we weren't going to tell you that, Greg, but
yeah,
Yeah, depending on the list you're running, they can be hard for people to deal with. Like the hard to kill Terminators, if you're playing other bad players, just not dying really helps with being good. But top level players know how to play around wolves. So
Yeah.
unless you're winning like events unless that 4-1 was at a tournament, if it's just playing with your friends or like the local store, like that doesn't make it. I mean, I know you're joking. That doesn't make us broken, but I'm glad to see you're doing well with them since you came over. Like they're a fun army.
I was thinking about if I had to take, I said my goal this year is to win a golden ticket. And if I really had to just take the best detachment, the best stuff, as much as I'm building on Iron Storm, and I think there is a lot of strength there, I'm realizing that it punishes mistakes really hard. I mean,
Yep.
if you make a mistake, you can get tabled. And I found that out against my Demons player who rapid ingress Scarbrand and wiped out one of my tanks on my flank, and I couldn't respond.
Well, and I find the problem that the best things we have are Terminators, and they don't really buff that. Like,
not at all.
If you want to win with Iron Storm, you just take Ultramarines or something, and all of a sudden now you're +1 to wound on everything on your Oath target, and just
it gets really scary.
Super. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like, yeah, I think you Gladius or Stormlance or
I'm realizing
or
I might
win a golden ticket with Hunter and show us how wrong we are.
I mean, yeah, golden ticket with Hunter would be amazing. I still think people are underrating it. I don't have enough time to play and iterate on lists, but I still think Hunter has the juice. I mean, you think about it. I'm gonna go on my Hunter rant for a minute, and then we can shit on it later. But the detachment just gives you +1 to hit most of the time if you outnumber your opponent or if you have 2 units against 1. If you take big 10-mans or if you take 10-man Terminator with Arjac, you're going to be outnumbering your opponent. Against all vehicle lists, all monster lists, you're always going to get that buff. And then if you kill 3 things in melee, you get +1 to wound as well. So early on, like turn 2, your whole army in melee has +1 to hit and wound.
Yep.
You have the fallback in charge, which is instrumental. I mean, you don't have it in Beast Slayer, you don't have it in Iron Storm, you don't have it in Bold. But if you get touched, you can just fall back and charge. And then you also have a small shooting buff in the reroll 1s to wound. You can pair that with the Thunder Strike and another vehicle. So now you can get reliable damage and shooting. I think there's some play there. I mean, I really do need to play some games and iterate on it. But for me, I see the potential there for +1 to hit and wound on a lot of stuff.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think all these detachments have a little play. Some of them, they just might need somebody to actually spend time on them instead of, I think people have jumped on the ones that clearly stood out. Just like I still want to get back around to Bold and Fenris and just play around with some of that stuff some more after. Probably after Crucible, because I only got like a week and a half, 2 weeks after I get back from Nova before Crucible. I don't have time to really. I may tweak this list slightly depending on what happens at Nova, but I don't think I'm going to completely go brand new detachments and everything in that shorter time.
Greg, people are playing Beast Slayer. I think it's like the most popular detachments.
Any explanation on what archetype of Blood Angels? Like, is it a bunch of Sangard, Death Company, like stuff like that? Because I just played into a 3 Sangard list at RTT. Was it last weekend? No, 2 weekends ago when I went 3-0. Played them round 3. We were both 2-0. The Terminators are really good into them. Thunderwolves are really good into them because all the Sangard are 3 wounds. So anytime we can just spam 3 damage into them, it's really good. Logan's unit is, or not Logan's, but Logan and the Relic Axe are 3 damage. Arjac and the Relic Axe are 3 damage. And then they don't, the -1 to wound, if you armor contempt and stuff on top of it, it's just a little hard for them to hit back. Arjac has a fight on death. In Gladius, you can pop the fight on death on Logan's unit. And I just found that worked really, really well into the Blood Angels. But you kind of have to force them to come into multiple things at once.
Yeah, for me, I have struggled. It's one of my losing matchups, Blood Angels. They have the melee prowess to chew through like our 4-up invulns. They just have a lot of attacks, 2 damage. They can press really hard. And me playing Stormlance for a long time, I like Stormlance is an anti-shooting detachment. I really had a tough time playing into Blood Angels. I think I got advice from Olivier last week. Go listen to that podcast that we interviewed him. Leading with your tanks first in the melee matchup. They have to commit real stuff to kill your tanks, and then you can pounce on them with your actual Thunderwolves, your Terminators, your head takers, whatever. That's what I've heard works well, but I have not put that into practice.
Yeah, because like a Lancer or something that's got a couple big shots. If they're all infantry, it's not necessarily as important to keep that alive as it is to keep your melee bricks.
Right.
Hello, Merrick. But all right. Anything else anybody wants us to touch on? Any other things you want to talk about, Aiden?
Not particularly. I wish I was going to Nova. I'm jealous. I wish I was going to some events.
I was coming all the way up to Virginia, and I don't even get to see you.
Whoa, Greg! Thank you so much, man.
Yeah, thank you, Greg. We really appreciate that. That means a lot.
We are seeing a lot of people come to Space Wolves, come back to Space Wolves after being out of the hobby for a while, or just seeing all the new models or what Space Wolves have to offer. So
the new models are so great.
They're incredible, man. I still am working through the box set and the Combat Patrol.
Yeah. I still got to build my Logan. I got the custom Logan I built that matches my army, but I still bought the regular one because I just need to have the model.
It's amazing. It's incredible. But thank you, Greg. Yeah, that's very generous.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, everything is appreciated. But all right, well, that's where we're gonna leave off for tonight. We'll be back next Tuesday. Like we said earlier, we're working on some more interviews. We don't have anything 100% scheduled yet because of Nova and Crucible and stuff coming up. I got a lot of traveling to do, but we're gonna have some other top Wolf players coming in to talk to us.
Yeah, we're excited.
All right. Well, thank you guys, and we'll catch you next time.
All right. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you for watching Almost Functional Gaming. We appreciate the support of all followers of Russ and the Allfather. Please like, share, and subscribe. Also, check out our merch store and Almost Functional Score Tracker on Amazon. Everything helps support the growth of this channel, and we appreciate it.